Hey, I'm Nathan. Today I'm going to take a symbol I've owned for a really long time that I do not like anymore, and I'm going to bury it in the ground for 6 months. Okay, here it is, the offending symbol that is the subject of this very video. I love it, but you know what? I honestly don't. That's why I'm gonna bury it in the ground. I don't know when it's from. Maybe you guys can tell from the stamp. Is it from the 90s? Now, what do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Symbol? So by now you're asking the obvious questions, which is why would I bury a symbol and where did I even get this idea? The answer to the first question is that I've already done this once before. 15 years ago when I lived in Montreal, I buried a symbol in my backyard, but I made some fundamental mistakes, which I will address in this last video. At the time, all I cared about was playing drums, and I read somewhere that jazz musicians in the 60s were burying cymbals in the ground to change their sonic texture. This idea blew my mind, and I knew I had to try it. Whether it actually works or not is like a whole other conversation. Like, I don't really know, but I like this idea a lot. And I think it's important to note right now that I already have a symbol that I really, really like. This is a 70s Zildjian that I found in a practice space years ago, and I had a crack in it. So I cut the crack out with an angle grinder. Is that what it's called? As you can see, this cymbal has seen some shit, but I love the way it sounds. I think because of the crack and this taken out, it's quite dry, has a really nice articulation. And coming back to the symbol that we are gonna bury, this one also has pretty great articulation, but it's kind of the only thing I really like about this cymbal. I've tried to address some of these like nasty overtones it has. By overtones, I mean this almost like gong-like droning underneath your like stick articulation. So this makes this symbol the perfect candidate to bury again, to do it right, and to follow up in 6 months with another video. The mistake I made 15 years ago that we're not making today, that's to strip the protective coating off the cymbal that's put on by the factory to give the cymbal lots of luster and shine. So let's get our gloves on, let's get our acetone, and let's strip whatever is left of the protective coating on this old cymbal. We're also gonna wash this bad boy. The camera I'm using, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, is not waterproof. FYI, don't ever do that with the hose. Okay, so we have successfully used the acetone on the cymbal to strip off any remaining clear coat on it. We've also gave it a wash, just it should go into the grave clean, you know what I'm saying? So let's do one more jam, play it one more time, and then we're gonna get to burying this. I don't think that's gonna work because it's in the middle of the yard. How about here? I think my girlfriend would hate me for this one. I think I might have the perfect spot right here. My dog has been hunting small animals at night, tearing into the yard, ripping up the grass, so here lies my symbol. Billy the Symbol. We're just gonna call it Billy because it needs a name. I never name symbols, just for the record. Billy the Symbol, it was just like yesterday where I traded you for a Yamaha Silver Sparkle snare drum that sounded like absolute shit. I was so happy with you for years, but once I got to know some of the other symbols in my life, you just didn't fit in. I'm sad to say, it's time for you to go underground. Would anyone else here like to say a word before the internment? Nobody? Billy, here's your final resting place for the next 6 months. God bless you. See you then. Okay, so this is kind of weird. Sorry, it's a horrible sound, but there's a concrete pad under here. And I'm a little skeptical that this is deep enough for our little experiment here. I think we're gonna have to find a different grave site in the yard. digging, even if it's for YouTube, is pretty hard. Bubbly, sponsor me. Close now. Billy is in his resting place for the next 6 months. We are gonna dig Billy up on May 3rd, 2025. It's a Saturday, and you know, that's a long time to wait for a follow-up video. I didn't really think this part through, but I'm still excited to see what kind of corrosion and changes happen to this cymbal in the ground. And I'm gonna try and get a bunch of shots over the next few months in all sorts of weather to show you what this poor cymbal has gone through. There's only one thing left to do,